It's okay.
one, it's not the trendy area that I don't give a crap about, so it's cheaper, but it's like nice. It's not like we're so upscale and hip and trendy nice. It's like down to earth, actually just nice. We actually have functioning maintenance. And not
I saw your
post. And so it's like actually good. So many of my friends live up north, and I am like 45 minutes away from them, and now I won't be because it's like 183 right there. Woo! And then, well, just like not as far, you know? And then still 16 to 30 minutes away from work, depending on traffic, and that's during like traffic hours, like if I set Google Maps to arrive by. And so that's cool. And then really close to the bougie HEB. Like 15 minutes away from the bougie South Park Meadows HEB, and they're building one like a block away from me.
Shut up.
Yeah, next to the CVS there. I'm like, heck yes, I know. And so yeah, like it's out of the way, but it's actually not, you know. Even and I'm really to Falls Skate Park. Ooh, I'm excited.
All righty, what up, Boston Poetry Slam? How y'all doing tonight? So I think that the judges have been made and judged. We are getting more chairs. I know that they're frantically looking for some. But we're gonna probably make them on that side. Yep. And then our host is inside, looking fabulous as usual. About to get these poets. Poets, are y'all good? Poets, y'all good? All right. Woo! I love it. All right. So I'm going to introduce your host tonight. He is a reigning champion of the individual World Poetry Slam. He has coached numerous slam teams, and if we ever get the money to do another slam team, I'm sure that he will be voluntold to coach them again to victory. So start clapping for your host tonight, Mr. Akeem.
Put my pizza right next to the dinner table. Oh, no.
I'm gonna get the pizza. I get the pizza. Shit.
Oh, did I just steal a spot?
No, you did not.
My pizza a long time ago, and it's just not getting to me.
They had to get upstairs.
Hey, I understand, but you know, it's here, but it's not God pizza. How y'all doing, Austin Poetry Slam? So this is a poetry slam. How many of you have ever been to a poetry slam before? All right, for those of you that have not, this is all just a game to get people to come out and listen to poetry. It's a poetry competition, but it's all just for fun. We're going to be having 5 judges that's been selected out of the audience. They're going to be assigning points to emotions. I know it's stupid, right? It makes no sense, but Americans like competition, so here we are. Okay, so they're going to be using 1 decimal point in order to prevent ties. So 8.7, 7.2, etc. I'm guessing, do we have a sacrificial poet? Who is the sacrificial poet? I guess I'm going to have to be. Oh, can you be the sacrifice? Can you? No? I know I'm on the spot.
Yeah.
If you want to. If you don't want to, I'll do it.
I'm down, but I'm not prepared, so I have to pull it up and
it doesn't matter if you read it.
I
was going to read it from my phone.
Okay. Well, I haven't practiced anything, but let's go.
Let's go. All right.
All right. Let me find my phone. Well, I'm such a dork. Did I put it here? Did I put it there? Where did I put it? Amina, A-M-Y-N-A.
I was like amino or
amino acid.
amino acid.
Oh, I mean,
Is this your phone?
No, it's purple.
Just give us 1 second. Our sack that I just put up to it is now looking for that phone.
I can tag and you can do the second round if you want me to.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, we have a brand new sacrifice for the round. Give it up for us. We're all about to get started. So judges, can you do me a favor and wave your score pad so I can know where you are located? 1, 2, 3, 4. Where's the fifth one? Oh, sir, over there in the back. Okay. Oh, Mr. George. That's so cute. Okay. So we are about to get started. DJ, can we pause the music? Because I know you're going to be in that song. All right. First up on the mic, we have our sacrificial poet for the night, judges. This is the poet in which you would be comparing each poet to. Once a poet does better than this, then that poet would be the poet you compare each one to, and so on and thus forth. So the best poem can get the highest possible score. So you're already clapping. You're already clapping. Give it up for Tova Charles.
Okay, I know that there's time, but I run it, so I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I want to do. However, I do. I know. However, I'll be under time, I think. However, oh, they look on your phone. I have friends from work here. Shout out to educators. Shout out to teachers. It's almost the last day of school, or almost the last day of school. Hallelujah, back. Take your fucking kids and go somewhere. So yeah, I did this poem for work, and I really appreciate it. So I'm gonna do it again. This poem is for teachers. This poem is for Band-Aid holders and flare pen pushers and curate connoisseurs. This profession, this calling stretches somewhere between Mama's Bear and God's work. The first lesson I learned about being a teacher is how I learned that my life is a Venn diagram. That being broke and changing the world can live in the same space. Yeah. How I didn't know how much I liked kids until I became a honeybee, then a green jay. How our mascots may have given us wings, but it's the kids who make us fly. How I love how kids don't hold secrets or shame, how when they are upset, their whole bodies are a direct portrait of their emotions they do not know quite. Kids give themselves permission to take up as much space without asking for our approval or forgiveness. The thing they don't tell you about is how they never ask you for a hug, but rather offer them to you like an answered prayer or a blessing delivered, because sometimes all you need to hold yourself together is a little voice saying that everything will be okay. Or, Miss Charles, can I go to the bathroom? Or, Miss Charles, thank you for making me right, or whatever. Direct quotes. When I started writing this poem, I knew that the word teacher could not hold all the hats we carry, all the mountains and people that we have had to carry with us, and what and who we have had to leave at our doorsteps of our classrooms to make sure that we are the adults for our kids that we prayed for and never showed up. Our students are the physical manifestation of the universe, reminding us that life is short and beautiful and ugly and worth every second. Teachers are not born, but rather they are made out of coffee. Yes. And the ability to see the right, to see the wrong, and try to make it right. According to my pre-teenage students, life is only worth living if you have the ability to serve others. And what better service could I do more than to make sure the next generation of change makers have enough kerosene and matches to light the way for the souls behind them. Hello.
Girl, you know you can project with classrooms. I'm kidding.
Oh, there I go. Oh, that's not on my time. That's on my time. Okay, according to my pre-teenage students, life is only worth living if you have the ability to serve others. And what better service could I do than to make sure the next generation of change makers have enough kerosene and matches to light the way for the souls behind them? Teaching is more than a passing of information from one collector's consciousness to another, but we are the bricks to the bridges of learning that was burned within us. We are the water that brings light to the next generation of hurricanes. Our students will move the earth because we have the audacity to believe in them. Our ancestors' stories come to life, and the keepers of stories to come. We walk beside our kids, not because the journey is easy, but because we know that doing hard things requires a village to hold you up. So I am grateful for this village. I am grateful for the future that is in our hands, making our children feel seen, striving to make sure that they can hold their own light in their own hands. Thank you.
That's a way, but I'm so glad you did that one. I'm glad you did the sacrificial poet.
Poets,
That
a
was-
little reminder that your time starts with the first word you utter on the mic. So if you said, oh, hello, oh, this is my poem, your time has started. Judges, I need you to write your score down on your board, a number between 0 and 10.
You take the scores down?
Mhm.
I'm
Understand. All right. From 0 to 10, using one decimal point, remember to write it big enough so I can see it. If you write it small, I will not be able to see it. Make sure you write it big, real big, big, large, ginormous. All right, on the count of 3, 2, 1, put them up, put them up, put them up.
You got me a 6.1?
Rude.
Oh, a 6.10.
That's a 7.
16 hours. 16 hours of labor. I tell you,
16
boy.
hours of label.
Okay,
16 hours? Damn, girl.
16 hours of
so
labor.
we have a
No
low
bed.
score of
How
a
do you feel about this? You okay
6.1.
with it?
Boo.
6.10.
She said a 10. My baby said a 10.
Is it, so it's a 10?
It's a 10.
So it's not a 6 point?
It's not a 6 point. She got confused because she's 6. She was saying that she's 6, but I also got a 10. Put it down.
I got it, so that's a 10.
That's
Excuse me.
Put it down.
All right, I was
Are you okay with
incorrect.
posting this?
Oh, I'm up. Yeah.
We're going to
Thank
start
you.
with a low score of an 8. You have an 8.1, an 8.2,
Woo!
an 8.9, and our first 10 of the night.
That's right. My baby loved me.
All right.
16
All right.
hours of labor.
16 hours.
Next poet up on the mic is Danny Steck. Joanna, I need you to be prepared. But you're already clapping. You're already clapping for Danny Steck.
You're good.
You have the right to remain silent. You also have the right to an attorney. You may think you have the right to a phone call, but that depends on what state you're in, and that attorney might be assigned by the court, which they don't have to do till you've been indicted. So if you don't have money for bond or bail, you're in jail for 6 months just waiting. But you do have the right to remain silent during that whole time. It's weird like that. They come with a lot of maybes and mights. You might think you have the right to an attorney, but they don't tell you that attorney might have more cases than the best can handle, and they might not be the best. And you can't switch if you aren't satisfied. You have the right to be arbitrarily assigned the cheapest attorney the state can find. But hey, a lot of them might be tireless public servants working hard to make a difference. Maybe you'll get one of those. When the Declaration of Independence declared all endowed the inalienable rights to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, it's nothing but a bold and lofty lie. Never enshrine this law. When a thing is inalienable, it can't be taken away. But a cop can take your liberty and a court can keep it. A cop might even take your life like it means nothing and get away with it. And even if a cop reads you your rights, a judge or jury might still take your life. And it's pretty hard to pursue happiness when you're dead. These things we call rights, they're just agreements we all make about how we wish things were. The Bill of Rights is nothing but a list of things you do to lose your job or your life. Practice the wrong religion, arm the wrong place, be the wrong kind of person, say the wrong thing. Right now, we're talking about adding healthcare to that list, and that sounds awesome. We should add universal healthcare, but while we're arguing about it, maybe we should remember that nowhere in the Constitution does it say you have the rights to even most basic things you need to live. You have the right to clean water or fresh air. Just ask anywhere in America where breathing is a choke. Just ask anywhere with lead in the pipes and no plans to replace. You don't have the right to shelter. Just ask the 500,000 homeless living under every overpass from sea to shining sea. You don't have the right to be free. Just ask the 2.5 million in the system, many forced to work for pennies in for-profit industries. You might call it modern slavery. You might remember that every second the people in power are doing their damnedest, working like hell to erode the limited rights the rest of us have left. But you don't have to do anything about it. You don't even have to talk about it, even if they kill you. That's the one right they can't take away. Your right to remain.
The sacrificial poet Tova Charles would have had a 25.2.
Yes.
But if after a 1 point time penalty,
Full time.
she has a 24.2. Give it up for Tova Charles. Just, I need to write down the score. That.
Strike.
I need your scores. And 3, 2, 1. Put them up. Put them up. All right. We're going to start low score of a 6.5. Y'all just put it down for anonymity. Anonymous. Then we have an 8.5.
Woo!
Then we have a 9.
Woo!
Then we have a 10.
Woo!
Then we have another 10.
Woo!
Give it up for the poet.
Can you put that? Oh, I know. I see what you're doing. Harper, move over here.
Excuse me for one
8
moment.
years.
8.
I've been in education for 8 years. It'll be 9.
Nice. What grade do you teach?
I taught 2nd and 6th grade. I work in admin now. I support early literacy.
Okay.
Coaches and API.
Oh, you're good. Yeah. So, can I get?
All right, Serena, I need you to be on deck. But right now, APS, you're already clapping. You're already clapping. Give it up for Joanna.
No, my own. On your own.
Facebook ad tells me it's time for Girls' Night. A tweet brags about a fantastic Girls' Night. An Instagram story details the first Girls' Night. Transient singing stand me to live it up on Girls' Night bars. Want me to start my Girls' Night right. Restaurants want me to make my Girls' Night classy. Clubs want me to take my Girls' Night to the next level. And I am just sitting over here wondering about the Girls' Night when I am a full-grown woman.
Let's go.
Maybe the
I want a
reason
grown ass
girls,
woman night.
women, as we go girls have fun is the last time we remember being able to relax was when we were children. We are nostalgic for a time when it wasn't the default assumption that we would take care of all the housework and the child care and the emotional labor. Our male partner shrugs, thinking, I bring home the bacon, why should I go fry it? But even in a household for a woman is the primary breadwinner. She rakes in the dough, and she is still expected to bake it.
Woo!
So
Let's go.
but no one wants to hear stories, so must be we call women girls because if children are meant to be seen, not heard, then we definitely don't have to talk about women. We call women girls because if we acknowledge female problems as adults, and therefore real, we'd have to confront how messed up our society actually is. Or maybe we call women girls because the worst sin that a woman can commit is eating, and we want to wipe that blight out of existence. Or maybe we call women girls because then it's easier for people to justify lusting after actual teenagers. Or maybe we call women girls because asking people to use one extra syllable is just too much. Boys get to become men the second they can sprout 3 ingrown hairs on their upper lip. And the only time society ages them down is when it's using their sexual assault. Boys will be boys. And besides, that girl tempted him, giving her sexual agency, even while denying her full humanity. Women and girls are not interchangeable. It's not like when you can't tell the difference between Blink 182 and Sub 41. No one can.
No one
I
can.
can.
Distinction between men and girls doesn't matter. We underline that women and girls don't matter.
Woo! Come on. Woo!
Give it up for the poet. Danny Stack received a 27.5 with the 0.5 time deduction. His final score is a 27. Judges, I need your score for Joanna in 3, 2, 1. Put them up, put them up, put them up. All right. We're going to start with a low score of an 8.1. Then we have an 8.4.
Let's go higher.
Then we have an 8.8.
Woo!
Then we have a 9.
Woo!
Then we have a 10. Give it up for the poet. Christopher Michael, I need you to be on deck for right now. You're already clapping. You're already clapping for Serena.
Hey y'all, this is my first poetry slam, so please be
So new shit.
Hold on
Yes,
one second. Let us
this is
turn
our
off the
first
music.
time.
Come that slam cherry. Let's
Yeah,
go.
let's go. Okay. Quite
Sorry,
short.
I didn't
so-
give a-
Say what that means.
Well, aren't you just the self-sufficient type? Quite the judgmental type. Spewing critical reservations and sticky breakfast diners of those with a muscular stance despite their femininity at first glance. Anything misunderstood by you was obscene to you. An abomination of your fancy leather book filled with stories and rules you swore to be true. Rules you never followed yourself, yet your legs were super glued onto your high horse, spewing
Come
ignorant
on.
prejudice without the smallest measure of remorse. You tried so hard to be everything that you loved. Maybe if you became your interests, you could hate yourself a little less.
Come on.
Yeah.
Tight jean wearing, Turner wannabe, vocalist try hard, redemption faker. You were getting drunk on the weekends with me. You love the classics to say you're cool. Your pretend jazz collection. Not seeing them.
Give it up for the poet. And 26.2. Give it up for the poet, Joanna, one more time. Judges, I'm gonna need your scores for Serena in 3, 2, 1. Put them up, put them up, put them up. Oh, okay. All right, thank you. We're going to start with a low score of a 4.
Boo!
Then we have a 5.1.
Boo!
Then we have a 7.7.
Higher!
Then we have an 8.2.
Woo!
Then we have a 10.
Woo!
Katie, I need you to be on deck, start getting prepared to perform, but right now you're already clapping. You're already clapping. Give it up for Christopher Michael.
Oh, there he is.
If we can hear the sound of the ghetto in a Coke can, if we can hear the sound of the ocean in a seashell, then can we hear the sound of the ghetto in a Coke can? From the ocean, do we hear the cries of a people ghosting into nothing, choosing the waters of triangular trade over being traded on the auction block? From the ghetto, do we then hear the moans of a people left behind with empty hands, annihilated identity, castrated culture, severed tongues, fighting for a rung or bootstrap just to pull themselves up by? No, there is no ocean and seashell, but it does resonate an ensemble of ambient air, a discarded thing, pulling in the vibrations of a world around and giving the ear something to dance to, the mind something to think about. Thought becomes desire, turn action, creation, brushstroke becomes painted picture, then pen on page, then poem. We are people. Powerful enough to turn nothing into something. We make a way out of no way. We nurture nations with empty pantries. We turn Section 8s into sanctuaries. We big mama magic the scraps into fine cuisine and food for the soul. They love how we translate our frequencies. It's so jazzy how we rock. We made our blues a syllable sound. We wrap the king's tongue around our drum now. Everyone wants to be hip. We can orchestra, orient to opuses from ambient noise and symphony to silence into universes. We be the true image of God, creating life from non-existence with just the sound of a voice. And when our children are morphed into martyrs, we turn tragedy into triumph, poverty into victory. We don't appropriate, we create. We take the least and make it the most and convince the rest of the world it is worth having. We swim upstream. And we do it with so much suave and swagger that the bear wants to be salmon too. Bought our bodies, commodified our culture, gentrified the sound we found in the Coke can, took everything. But when you are a people, powerful enough to turn nothing into something, create something out of nothing, then nothing becomes the only thing you can't do.
Give it up for that poet. All right, Serena received a score of a 21 on her poem. Give it up for Serena. Judges, what do you have for Christopher Michael? In 3, 2, 1, put him up, put him up, put him up. All right. We're going to start with a low score of a 9. Then we have a 9.7, a 9.8, a 10, and a 10. Tim, I need you to be on deck. But right now, you're already clapping. You're already clapping for Katie.
a first timer. Sorry.
So you shit. Stuff. I'm sorry.
What I thought the sun would say when I whispered to the sky is to keep my secrets to myself. She would not hear me cry, so I asked the sun to go away and to leave me with the storm. She said not what I thought she'd say, she only kept me warm. What I thought the sun would say when the rain started to pour was that she would not protect me from the cold I have in store. I should have brought a cover and I should have stayed inside. But when the rain was over, she just helped me to dry. I shouted to the sun one day that she should go away. I was filled with nighttime and had no room for her to stay. She left me like I asked her, and darkness filled my eyes, but only for a while, because the next day she did rise. Why won't you just leave me when I have no space for you? You're too bright and you're too warm for all that I've been through. Please leave me with the darkness. Yes, leave me with no light. I don't deserve the daytime. I'm only for the night. What I thought the sun would do was try to keep me warm. I thought she'd say she'd go away and I'd see her in the morn. She left me like I asked her, though I thought she'd be back soon. She did not what I thought she'd do. Instead, she sent the moon.
Give it up to that poet. Christopher Michael received a 29.5.
I'm sorry.
Oh, you're fine.
Okay, cool.
She's her.
Judges, I need you to put your score down for Katie in 3, 2, 1. Put them up, put them up, put them up. Oh, thank y'all. We're going to start with a low score of a 6.8. Then we have a 7.9. An 8.1. We have a 9. And we have a 10. Give it up for the poet. Well, with the poet, I need you to be on deck, but right now you're already clapping. You're already clapping for Tim.
This is part one of a two-part poem. I was listening to the radio while driving in my car on a warm and breezy autumn afternoon when a certain 70s song began to play. The old word of that song just told me, as they always seem to do, and took me to a time and place and child, a long ago surreal September day. I was student teaching at an elementary school, myself not many months past 21, so fresh and full of confidence. Each day and new adventure, each child was so unique. I couldn't wait to come and see their joy, to feel their bright, warm, friendly fire. A little boy named Larry had an especially vivid flame. He always seemed to crave my close regard. He loved to slip his tiny hand in mine. An only child whose home was broken years ago and left him with this endless aching need for a father who had left him far behind. I'd let the children chase me in a giant game of tag when we go out for recess after lunch. A flock of children swirling after me. He would always yell, "I got you, Mr. Clark," as his little arms would hold and not let go. A note of desperation in his clear. Every Friday morning, he'd come up to our desk and tell me of his father's promised plans. "Mr. Clark, my daddy's going to pick me up tonight, and he's going to take me to Six Flags." And every Monday morning, when I'd ask him how it went, "Yeah, Daddy couldn't come, but he promised me for sure that he'd come pick me up next Friday night." And every Monday morning, like clockwork on a bomb, some little thing would cause him to explode. A storm of tears and rage and flailing fists, increasing in intensity as days and weeks went by. Eruptions almost daily from this child. A pattern of fear and sadness. So I stopped those Monday morning questions to this boy, for they seemed to bring a sadness to his face. He talked no more of wish-weeping plans. Between the storms, he still was such a sweet and loving child. he still would put his tiny hand in mine. His quickly growing vision remained. You know, one day I heard him singing as he focused on a task. Simple piece of a song, idle little fragments of a tune. It was a recent well-known song that told a chilling tale of cats in the cradle and silver spoon. Little boy blue in the moon. When you coming home, Dad, I don't know. But we'll get together then, son. You know we'll have a good time then. The song told about a father and a sweetly yearning child. The father's careless promises to the boy's misshapen and growth into a man. The parallels to Larry's life were obvious to me as he sat there softly singing with a smile. Inside of me, a deep unease began. And that's the end of part one.
Give it up for the poet. Katie scored a 25 on her poem. Judges, I need you to put your score down for Tim in 3, 2, 1. Put them up. Wait. All right, so we're going to start with a low score of a 5. Then we have a 7.5.
Better.
Then we have a 7.8.
Better.
Then we have an 8.8.
Woo!
Then we have a 10. Rob, I need you to get on deck, but right now you're already clapping. You're already clapping for Flo, the poet.
Right? I don't need a straw.
New shit. This for the hopeless romantics. I shouldn't have bought you flowers. I shouldn't have held your hand. Shouldn't have gave you all my hours. Cause I'm not your man. I get to thinking. And when I get to thinking, I get in my feelings, feeling like I'm filled with disgust, mistrust, and abandonment. God damn it, I rushed again. I feel like I fell in love with the feeling love without ever actually feeling loved. And some of the women I tried hitting on left me shitted on. Don't get me wrong, I don't think this shit's for the birds. Ain't a pigeon still a dove, or a dove still a pigeon, meaning that just because it's pretty, it doesn't mean the situation won't get shitty quick. I'm not innocent. I do my fair shitting too. I move in cycles telling everybody I meet, baby, it's gonna be different with you. Do y'all know what insane is? It's when you expect different results while doing the same shit. I buy you flowers on the first date, you don't take them home. I open doors figuratively and literally, but you still don't want to go. Although I'm the one who you want when you think I'm a hoe, as soon as you see me for me, you like, hell no. You want the pimp, not the simp. You want the man who plays. And I'm too old to be playing. I'm out here trying to save something. And that's my problem. You don't get shit for giving this shit. Instead, you get hit with shit like, let's be friends. Or I would love this energy if you was my man. Really, I should just break the habit and let her have it. They don't want me to be shit, and I don't want to instead what you could have had. AKA a shit stain on your brain that you can't remove with no amount of bleach. When you turn 37 and start looking for me, it's gonna be too late because I'm gonna be for the streets like you wanted me to be when I was 23 through 28. So don't ask me for no dinner dates. And I won't open your door. And I damn sure ain't buying no motherfucking flowers no more.
He meant every word of that. Period. A. Period. That's what he said.
Give it up for that poet.
So good. What is it? It's an Italian 75. It was like got like a prosecco or something in it. Top it off, make bubbly, but they have like this.
Tim received a 24.1 from his poem. Give it up for Tim. Judges, I need your scores for the poet. In 3, 2, 1, put them up.
It's like normally a French 75, it's gin, something, and prosecco.
I always get the gold rush.
All right, we're going to start with a low score of 8.5.
Woo!
we have a 10?
Woo!
And a 10. Michael Hatcher, I need you to be on deck, but right now you're always clapping. You're always clapping for Rob.
Abandoning a bird for Katie. Weeks before a friend suicide and closed casket burial, I swerved into a Starbucks parking lot where student essays had piled and mounted, taking up residence in wire baskets behind my eyes and in the muscles between my shoulders. A gray pigeon lay crushed but alive in the empty space beside me, its eyes bugged out as it swiveled its neck in desperate hypnotic circles above the now bones and fraying feathers twitched in the breeze, masquerading as flight. I cringed, clutching my work, slunk out of the car and stepped lightly as if tiptoeing through a graveyard. I paused beside it, watched it open and close its muted beak, lungs likely collapsed, too weak to vibrate a dirge up its throat. I yearned to help but was lost. Its body mangled into itself. My only thought, crush it underfoot. A cringe returned. I pictured its head flat against the sole of my shoe, felt its bulb burst under my weight. A shiver chased through me. It continued rolling its head around its own remains, slowing with each pass like a clock needing to be wound. I condemned my paralysis, my impasse, abandon her through greased hinges to quiet work, or follow ache to nurse a bird in my hands and flood emptying lungs with breath. And still the thought, hasten death with heel. One last ache. Sit and watch the stars with her. I chew the glass, the bird growing in the reflection, yet shrinking behind me. Hours later, when my cup emptied but for trace streaks of iridescent foam rounding the edge, and my mind had become a weary tailspin, I shouldered my lightened bag, loosened temples and empty inboxes. I pushed open the quiet door to the night, darker than I'd left it. My eyes found her, head no longer orbiting ruined wings, and I cursed myself, lighter and undisturbed. A few weeks later, my friend emailed us she was leaving the school. She had poured herself out for years. I paused at her tidy, vulnerable type and gave the appropriate twin her resignation before filing it away under the next 6 messages cluttering my inbox. A few days later, the entire staff gathered in old cafeteria and learned she'd killed herself, leaving no note. Some wept on circular backless chairs, while others sat with solemn faces. I buried my face in the pit of my arm. A stranger rubbed my hunched back while I hid and wept. Afterward, the news lived beside me. How had her unladen smile deceived us? All of us had leaned into her, skeleton fracturing beneath that radiant skin. She had choreographed teacher talent shows and streamed herself all over the campus, bright pixels dazzling us, an illness lying dormant. Something crushed her. All of us excavating hallway pleasantries, unearthing conversations for signs of the discreet unraveling. But she had choreographed herself too well, thrown us from the scent with scripted text messages feigning wellness. For me, the last 2 emails, I'm stepping away and soon after I'm resigning, should have sparked me. Why didn't I gather her up and feel around the perimeter of her posturing? Why didn't I flood her ears with my pleading breaths instead of preening myself to appear less small in her looming shadow? None of it may have mattered. To think one pair of hands can nurse a broken bird back to health. In the end, I wish she'd have heard me clamoring outside instead of all that goddamn silence.
Woo!
Give it up for the poet. For the poet received a 29.3. Judges, let me hear what you got from Mr. Wow. Put him up, put him up, put him up. All right, thank you. We're going to start with a low score of a 7.3.
Boo!
Then we have a 7.8.
Boo!
Then we have an 8.3.
Woo!
Then we have a 9. Then we have a 9.7. AM Hofmeister, please be on deck. If I did not pronounce that correctly, find me. I'm right here. But right now, you're already clapping. You're already clapping for Michael Hatcher. The first time I smoked weed was 2005. The Green Priestess and I exchanged ghosts until both of us were full. Her kisses, a prelude in a story about thick gray smoke. Hello, Miss Dark and Wavy. The purest of products, she exposed my red flags and insecurities. That same summer, she lit my fingertips on fire, like cloudy room, and I did.
Come on.
I did. Somewhere between the terpenes and purple rose petals, I had to learn the weight of love. Back then, I used to inhale her neck and shoulders first. There is music in the mundane, so our conversations were filled with violins and wind instruments. She forced me to find my breath, forced me to exhale everything I took in. We were the only ones that could empty each other. Her scent, an aphrodisiac, her flower, fodder for the fire, from my car to the living room to the carousel. By 2008, we were only communicating in the nude and palm to palm. By 2009, we were back to rolling each other to kill our boredom, put my baby in a backwood and held her down in front of 12. We put the best parts. We put the best parts of skin-to-skin contact in a grinder, and we twisted our wrists until we both felt better. You could say she saved my life. Let me split her home from chin to toe until there was no tobacco left. I took a scalpel to my better half and carved out a different future. Wish us the best of luck. It's the happy side of codependency, the part where you and your partner are close enough to share a bloodstream. You see, there's a ritual to this. The clock strikes 5:30 and these thumbs strike big lighters. The clock strikes 9 o'clock and the ceiling is sliding into the carpet. I hope no one's disappointed in me. She's a and I'm just trying to navigate this life. Sometimes she is the only one with the bandwidth to stop the bleeding. I know I should have left her 1,000 times, but most men are made of heavy metal and her bed is a magnet. She kisses me until we are pain-free. She drags me to the doorway of nirvana. It's a thin line between this life and the next, and I've never been able to cross either threshold without crying. Sometimes we spend entire nights mourning our favorite memories. It only makes sense that these solar-powered souls would want to sleep outside while I'm out here. And I am not good, but I hope to be in a minute. I hope she's ready to fly. Give it up for the poet. Rob would have had a 25-1 after a 1-point time penalty. He has a 24.1.
Linear time.
Linear time. It's all an illusion. Judges, I need your scores in 3, 2, 1. Put them up, put them up, put them up. All right.
It's my chill mix.
We're gonna drop the low score of an 8.3.
Boo. I mean, yay.
Then we have a 9.2. A 10. Yay! A 10 and another 10. After that, we're gonna have your feature April coming all the way from Waco. She is inside. Yes, she is inside. She's here. She has product to sell to you all. I also have product to sell, so make sure you support Otis. If a poet says something on the mic tonight and you like it, please let them know, see if they have product to sell, buy it from them, all those good things. But right now, you're already clapping for the last poet for this round. A.M. Hoffman.
Sommelier.
Okay, so here's the thing. I don't know if when I describe my love of poetry to you, your eyes will glaze over. Like mine do when a sommelier comments about how he can taste the Italian rains and the subtle nuttiness of damp grass before he laments that no one will be able to ever truly appreciate wine the way he appreciates it. But if so, I hope you don't reply like I do, sarcastically muttering a bit too loud about how it sure is the most humble of gifts to give someone to have a bottle of wine and an overindulgent explanation. Instead, when I tell you about the spring breeze, which delicately plucked a petal from a flower with a bumblebee still lounging on it, pay attention as you hear me assure you there was a soft, distinct scream of cowabunga as the bee rode the rhythmic breeze upon its fluttering lavender surfboard. And don't grumble rudely at me like I would do when I say how sad it makes me when you can't feel the tumbling, drumming pattern that comes from moving down line by line across time and space in the most casual way you might, while feeling the music of a single, isolated human voice. And certainly don't roll your eyes when I make the nefarious suggestion that maybe one tumbler snorted a fat with a pH fat line of pollen right before it laid on its back and used its paddles of wings to row out into titanic waves in a sky that grows ever more purple as the light dances away. Away and far beyond the point of view from where I sat in the patchy grass, which grew ever more comfortable with every swig of wine and every passing line of paper-bound poetry. So maybe, I suppose I might propose a toast to wine and poetry and sure, even prose. Salute, cheers, kampai, prost. The writers strike against the corporate foes, while we sommeliers who guide poetry the best and the most, and you human beings who love it so well. Ew, gross.
Give it up for the poet. For the poet, Michael Hatcher scored a 29.2. I was looking at for the poet name, I'm sorry. Judges, I'm gonna need your scores in 3, 2, 1. Put them up, put them up, put them up.
100. I don't think that counts, but we're gonna 10.0. No.
All right. We're going to start with a low score of a 6. Then we have a 7.8. Then we have an 8.5. I'm sorry. We have a 7.8. Then we have a 7.9. Then we have an 8.5. Then we have a 10. Give it up for the poet. So I'm going to tell y'all a little bit about our feature before she comes up here, if y'all don't mind. Y'all all right? All right. So April Neal is a small-time girl with big passions, lover of all things vintage, sanitary, and life-giving. She uses her pen to write about things people usually like injustice, infidelity, religious stigmas, and black girl anger, ... Currently, she hosts open mics and writer workshops in her city and loving it. April is a social work major, shopper, and super aunt. Her favorite thing to see is an estate sale sign.
Oh yeah.
Or a great transparent poetry showcase. She believes in telling your truth and being real on and off the stage. Austin Poetry Slam. You're already clapping. You're already clapping. So April, yeah.
Hey y'all, hey. How y'all doing? I'm trying to. Thank you so much. Walmart Tay. It's my favorite.
Yeah, 20 minutes left.
I'm so cool. Hi, Daphne. Girl, you look beautiful.
No, it's gonna start on her first phone. She's not like a people.
Okay.
So I'm just letting her know you got 20 minutes left. Whenever you start, that's when your time starts.
Got you. So Akeem has introduced me. For y'all who don't know me, Yeah, we're gonna start with some petty shit, yeah? To the guy who wasted all my time. In battery life, my phone can't never get back. Who's now with your sis/bestie and caption your picture about some happiness, this or that. I'm not gonna wish you the best. Ain't that about nothing? I wish you a receding hairline in your digestive tract, all types of pain and suffering. You wanted me to write a poem about you so bad. Well, I hope you all the bad you deserve. Like, I hope you get dandruff all the way into your eyebrows. And I hope every time y'all go out to eat, there's a hair, a bug in your food somehow. I hope you run out of gas. And it's hot as hell outside and you all dressed up. I hope you get a flat. And I hope when y'all strolling through the park holding hands, you stroll straight into a cluster of gnats while your mouth is open, bitch. Fall down a flight of stairs. Get crappie burn on your middle toe. And even if you park in the right space, I hope your car is still the one they choose to tow. I don't hate you. I just don't forgive quickly or at all. Wasted my gas that one time, thought I forgot. And all the times I let you come through, get food, take naps in my spot to the dude who was my homie and should have just stayed that way. But now I should have to show you if you can play games, bitch, I can really, really play. To the guy who is now with the girl that you would bring up on the night you got drunk, who still has my favorite fedora in your trunk. Fuck you, bitch, and the click you playing. I hope you really, really bad shit like the worst menstrual campaign. I hope you are running to your car, but you got that raggedy flip-flop from Old Navy that keeps popping out in the rain. And no, I'm not gonna block you on social media because I need you to see this new fine ass man I got and all this black girl magic I've done. Thank you. Maybe I'm trying not to cuss too much, but I think you don't care. Yeah. This is who I am.
They hear it at school anyway.
Yeah. So my cousin told me to go to Petty Route tonight. So
Yes.
I'm gonna try to do that, but I also have dip, you know. So.
I mean, that was deep.
Y'all mind? No, yes.
The only thing I don't mind is the business.
Peace and blessings manifest with every lesson learned. If knowledge is your wealth, then it will be well earned. If we were made in his image, then call us by our name. Most intellects do not believe in God, but they fear us just the same. I figured poetry must be a man the way I am in love like this, sprung like this, the way I can't get enough of this, the way I put miles on my car. I do not care how far the way I take coffee to stay up for this, to just read, write, to take it all in, the way see these chapbooks covers. I never care how much I spend. I tend to love no man the way I've come to love I tend to love no man the way I've learned to love my father. You know, the one in all caps that we reverence with all caps and all honor, except his son's mother came to earth through a mother. Yet women are so degraded. And loving ourselves is so outdated, like biblical times, like Mother Goose nursery rhymes, like the little old lady who lived in the shoe, who got walked over by so many men without condoms, she didn't know what to do. If God is woman, she, in all caps, absolutely chose. Isn't it just like us to be all seeing, all knowing, even when you sleeping and creeping, bitch? Don't we always know, isn't it? Just like us. To be a garden full of seeds, get jealous because you decided to follow some other's forbidden garden, block you forever, make you leave. How dare you forget that it was I who put your ass to sleep? And how dare you forget that it was I who then said, good morning, let there be light. So enlighten me, men, protectors and providers. How can you spell men without first a me? How can you spell man without first a ma? I thought poetry slams were rough. I thought slam sounded hard, like words like rape and anger, but open mic sounded less like rape and less like danger. But I broke out that bottle of Blessed Store, stepped barefoot out my shell to be religion, inviting people into my broken glass. Just be careful. This feminist pen might be sharp. This be Texas Women's University tuition taught and taught. This one time, I tried to picture poetry. My first love is woman. The poem was all over the place. Scatterbrain, hormonal. Probably supposed to know her place. Be home man this one time. I tried to picture something I love, something that is so real, something that absolutely helps me heal, but it didn't seem real unless it was a man or man-made, not gender-specific. Same. I tried to picture poetry as a woman and almost ended Gilman yellow wallpaper insane. We were made in his image. Call us by our name. Most intellects do not believe in God, but they fear us just the same.
Yeah.
So y'all were like really quiet.
No.
It was kind of making me nervous, but I'm not nervous.
We're just like in awe listening to your voice. Like,
I had a cup of water. I don't know what happened to it. That's not fun. So, is that mine? Thank you. You're so sweet. Thank you. Okay. I'm going to read a poem. I'm trying to find stuff on my phone and it will not come up. My friends and I discuss how loved by God we are, how grateful for grace we are after we roll out of bed with our lovers, because we are always super transparent with each other. We confessing our sins only one to another. We have no room for filters or covers. We real here. We always heal here. Our friendships are the kind that say, yes, when your friend says, bitch, it was really, really good. And we send you flowers and scriptures and worship music to help you process that miscarriage. We carry secrets like coffins, each other's burdens like rosaries. We carry babies with a little less shame, because that village though, deep. We there through all the tea and hot water, bitch. We steep. We process virginities over cheesecake, wine, hot wings, blunts, or in the car with the seat all the way back and the air on high. We don't judge. We never judge, because we understand that life is what you make it and what you bake, sis. I see you doing them squats and kickbacks for that cake, sis. Our recipes are better than screenshots. They are YouTube linked and typed out. And let me ask my mama, is it one handful of salt or a pinch? We support you even if your hang time has only grew an inch. Okay, sis. We see you grow. We buy crystals and Palo Santo. We say he ain't the one, but that is also your choice. We pick you up when he leaves you on the floor like a welcome mat. We dust off tears and haters like Fenty highlight, because we glow. We glow, sis. We send songs to say the things that we can't. We pray when you cross our mind. We support you if the cross is no longer where you find solace. We dance. We sing, even if we can't sing. We smile when we are depressed as fuck. We hug and pretend we don't know you don't want to mention that you've been depressed as fuck. So we just send you memes all week and hope one of them bitches make your day. My friends are the best. The homes be home when my wings just need a nest. Cavetta been there since I was a sailor to a saint. Back to after church, bitches can still catch the paint. Toria, it's just there like a ninja. You just don't know you straight. And Aja can fix your teeth, your hair, or a bomb-ass Nigerian plate. Glory knows my story and ain't never switched up. Kyra in all caps is absolutely clutch, and she better get married soon before I cup up the fuck up to roll. She gonna roll, child, as long as it makes sense and don't waste gas. Her criticism is in love, all truth and facts, no hints. Juliet is a jewel, a perfect balance of hood meets queen. Jasmine pulling up and gonna always help me flee the scene. Vanessa, open to arms, ears, and just contagiously shares positive energy. I got favorite cousins who are waiting for me to say their names, but this ain't a cousin poem at the end of the day. My friends are the best to ever do it. They are. We close, no joke, no matter how far. We knew you was gonna be late, bitch, so we planned for it. We just bought you this because it looked like you. How's your mom? Are you talking to your sister yet? Do you need a plan, bitch, or a pregnancy test? You want help locating your birth family? If you fighting cancer, bitch, we all gonna jump in. I just came over because you sounded sad, and this one loves you. You should let love win. It doesn't matter if we look like who did it and when. My friends are the best to ever do it, period. They make you feel better, less crampy on your period. All that being said, None of them wear my shoe size. So if you can be someone as bomb and wear a size 9, you can just come into my DMs and feel free to apply. Thank you. My cousin's in the building, y'all. She may or may not be one of my favorites, but she does pull up to every show in Austin. She's the sister that God accidentally made my cousin, but I'll take it. Sometimes, of course, when nobody is around, me and my sisters, we kind of joke around. We be like, where's bipolar? Or sometimes she'll just walk into the room with this, I can't even explain it, attitude. And we just be like, ugh, bipolar ass. Sometimes I think my mother may really be bipolar. In those days, I don't make a joke or hee-hee, because I know that that could be hereditary, and then I feel what that could mean for me. I mean, I know it's hereditary, it's scary, and it's not funny anymore. It's not funny anymore how all my exes say I'm crazy, or how I check my texts before I send them to make sure I don't sound crazy. How even when I'm being my complete and utter self, my best friends are always trying to hold themselves together, trying to catch their breath as they say, girl, you are so crazy. How with little to no sleep, I still be having all this energy, manic even. And when I don't know what's next in my life, I kind of panic, get manic even. And I sometimes cry / get upset when I cannot get even. I know how to smile, even when I am infuriated. I know how to smile when I may or may not have just vandalized someone's car. I know how to smile when someone else's child just spit up all over me and I am completely grossed out. I know how to take racist comments from my boss without knocking her the fuck out, because I understand I represent my entire race. I know how to check my crazy. I know how to check my mood before I walk into a place, hug and smile at everybody so no one worries about the days I've wanted to erase myself. They say bipolar disorder can be onset by one experience or several experiences with trauma. And while I don't know a whole bunch about my mom's past, I know one thing about my mama. My mama has lived through some shit. My mama has made it every single day, past her demons, past her past, without a needle, without a flash, with just a Mary Kay mascara and a hot as you can stand it bag and faith. It's a Mary Kay mascara. And something cute she gonna always throw over her shoulder. And there's so many ways I'm not afraid to become my mom when I get older. My mom knows how to smile, even through all of her heartbreak. My mother knows how to smile through my father's other child and his other child, and that mistake. My mother may be bipolar. And one of my favorite cousins was just diagnosed. And everybody who knows me knows that I really just live by the quote that you are who you hang with. But lately I've been saying, nah, you as strong as the people you pray with and who you hey girl, hey with, and who you are patient with. Who one day you may impatient with or calibrate your meds with, but always definitely as strong as the women we write poems for. Thank you. So when I'm not being a mom and chasing my 4-year-old, I own a little vintage boutique in Waco. Oh. And so I meant to bring clothes, but I didn't. But I do have merch if anybody wants to grab. I got some vinyl records, some jewelry, stuff like that. Y'all can come and see me. I'm gonna end my poem with my new favorite poem. Yeah? Yeah. Ever love somebody so much that one little touch could get you all the way up to make them a sandwich? Ain't. Ever love somebody so much you feel comfortable showing them all your mess and damage? Can't. To be a woman is like peanut butter to jam. We make the entire sandwich. We spread, we smooth, we soothe, we sustain. Our presence is thick. It's going to be too much for some people to swallow. But we're collaborative. We pair well with apples Oreos. Celery, if you're healthy, will slide so nicely on a banana. We could be the best thing that ever happened to a cracker. She's the first. But don't get it twisted. Peanut butter be hitting and pleasing all by herself. Jam is an afterthought. Who eats just a jam sandwich? Nobody. Which is why jam is gonna low-key hate you. Be a tad bitter, if you will. Hates that the P and B has always come before the J. So they're gonna try to rewrite scripture or recipes to say, in the beginning first, there were peaches or grapes that we chose to create. We'll tell you not to get drunk unless they want you to get drunk so they can blame the fall or the sexual assault on you. Tell the peanut she should have worn more shell. And when she cracks, they'll just say she's nuts. Jam has always only wanted peanuts smooth cream. Jam has this, that's my MNF and jam, but not like that's my favorite love song type love, the possessive, pushy, jam fingers into a car, jam fingers down a throat, jam fingers to a throat, jam fingers into a car door. Jam's favorite cliche of a lie they'll spread on any charcuterie board just waiting to listen is, I'm just in a jam, instead of I'm in a whole ass marriage. Jam wants peanut butter to do all the real work in their pairship. He wants peanut butter to go to work, clean the house, lick the knife clean, and still make dinner and always stay thinner. Jam wants to convince peanut butter and try to tell her that she's not great. Wants to tell her that there's always an almond butter just waiting to take her place. Jam is usually placed on bread, but no longer desires to be the staple breadwinner. Like I said, he wants peanut butter to do all the work and still make dinner. Peanut butter. Sometimes Jam forgets that peanut butter has always had Mr. Jelly, saved in her phone, who hits hard, saved as slaps, ready, organic, lumpy, or crunchy. Peanut butter is still to going starving mouths just as yummy. She does not need to smile or be sweet, just so somebody will want to eat her. Raw and flawed, sugar-free will still be okay. But she lets you peer into her jar, and the oil begins to shift, and the fat starts to separate. Peanut butter will not be shamed for doing what she naturally does. Yes. Peanut butter knows she just needs to be spooned. Kissed on the neck, excited. She's still gonna end up in the right person's mouth. The fuck peanut butter is one of the most common allergies. Because everybody can take that kind of power. Everybody can't take the idea of something being broken, roasted, and browned, still coming out pure gold somehow. Peanut butter has never been quiet about her mental health. She tells every fucking jar her ingredients. I come from nuts. A bitch will not always stay together. Sometimes I'm going to come apart, but I will not expire easily. I'll hold you down till you get paid. I'll be there when you need me. I go in Reese's and make the best cookies. You know, I'll always be the best thing to stick at the root of your mouth. Thank you. APS, thank you guys for inviting me.
Y'all give it up for April Neal. Please make sure you go support her and buy merch. Talk to a poet that you liked in the first round, buy some merch. I will be, you press AM Hawkmeester got a 24.2. Give it up for him. We are going to be taking a brief 5-minute intermission. 5-minute intermission. You could go use the restroom. It's right around the corner, right around yonder. Next round, we're going to be having poets in this order. Christopher Michael, From the Poet, Michael Hatcher, Danny Stratt, Joanna, and Katie. See y'all in 5 minutes.
Yeah, she has bird. Oh, well, I don't know about bird. I got one more. So hungry. may be able to.
Okay, because my first one is at 4:30.
So, wait.
So I usually have like.
Hold on.
So I have to go into the field at a couple hours in the day, and usually those are the morning times before like sun gets up or it's too hot. So I'm like walking around and like up and stuff. So then I'm usually home by
Yeah, so you're a little later.
but I just like to get up early because I have to. I don't do my routine and my whole day is myself, and I just like on.
I mean, you go to bed early as well.
Yeah, I'm so proud.
Okay, yeah.
My bedtime is 9.
That's only 9:30. I do.
I never see your light on. When I watch your light,
Forgot. Bro, if I forget, if I lose it in this area, that's crazy, bro. It's not even fair. I didn't even know I was on a date. Oh, fuck. No, you're not pushing me like that. Oh, I even think, well, bro, like, I'm so jazzed. Oh, that's oh, you know what the song is about? It was niggas like me. That was a very jam like me.
So, you want me to do a poem?
Yes. Can you please do a poem? Oh wait, you can't introduce yourself. Hold on. Get off.
What up, Boston Poetry Slam? How y'all doing tonight? All right, so yeah, we're gonna kick off the next one, and our host is actually gonna do a poem, and he thought he was gonna introduce himself, and that is silly. That's never gonna happen. So start clapping for our, what is this? Sorbet? Sure. Start clapping for our sorbet tonight. Start clapping, please give it up for Akeem. Olaj!
I was gonna let you do poems.
So I have a question. Do y'all want to hear something old or something from my new book?
Something from your new book.
New shit? Okay.
Yeah. Can you say it one more time so we can say right?
New shit!
New shit.
Okay, so I've only performed this one time. So
Don't lie.
it's about to be very, very fun. Okay. In August 2020, Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion released an ode to women enjoying sex and praise for the rap, the majestic, embodied, rejuvenating rat ass. Is Harper out there?
No. But she understands what vaginas are.
But I need her to not be in here. She can't hear me speaking like
She
this.
inside. She
Great rat ass pussy.
That's word.
Conservative Bender Sharpo response was that he, as a conservative right man, have never seen such a thing. That his wife's lady parts has never been wet in his presence. That if the pussy is wet, then it must be sick. And I think, what a long rate to state that you have never pleased a woman. A long rate to state that the only WAP your wife has ever experienced is your rack-ass patriarchy. That a woman has never fantasized about you even after she has had you, that she has tried to forget the dry rub, to get your lip uncooked noodle. Thankfully, your money has fed her appetite. Thankfully, she decided to cook and clean to get her ring because the alternative was heartbreaking. What a long way to say that you are so unattractive that the mere thought of you will make every woman's vagina in the 50-mile radius clean, shut. That you have no type of Mack truck of any size, and that there is no garage that will want to house you. I bet your wife has never been satisfied, and I'm praying for her. It's evident that you have no idea how a woman's bodies work, and you have 2 daughters, so I'm praying for them too. Dear Lord, please protect all women from men like him. He's a certified geek, 7 days a week. He has no game in his dick game week. Please protect these women from this whack-ass penis. May they get their boots in their coats and flee from your whack-ass penis. You went to college and paid tuition just to spread your whack-ass penis. Man, you are lame because you believe in your whack-ass penis. And the food chain, no one would eat you. Your opinions are trash. A bottom feeder. Big D stands for biggest denominator, and your stupidity is your hypocrisy. You're strange. You ask who was it and your wife was asleep and her dreams don't have a name. Now from the top, make it drop, that's rack patriarchy. Now get a bucket and a mop, that's some rap patriarchy. I'm talking why, that's some rack patriarchy, macaroni in the pot, lactose intolerant archy. All right, so that poem is featured in my book. I literally listened to this song the entire time I wrote this poem. It was the most enjoyable time. So to have all my judges back, judges, raise your paddle. I have 1 judge, 2 judge, 3 judges, 4 judges. Where's
I got it.
all right, Tola will be the replacement judge for her daughter. All right, Austin Poetry Slam, y'all ready to get started? So we're going to start with Christopher Michael for the poet. I want you to get on deck, but right now you're already clapping. You're already clapping. Give it up for Christopher Michael.
New shit.
New shit.
Sometimes I wish I was white. Because if I was white, I would have the wickedest tattoos. They would be the richest, deepest, most vibrant works of art you'd ever seen. You'd know all about me as soon as you laid eyes on me because my heritage would be hieroglyphed in my arms. How dope is that? You'd envy my privilege. And I wouldn't shy away from letting you know these tats look better on me than they do you. No false humility this way. No pretending there isn't power in my pigment. Perhaps you should get your life together. Tattoo some bootstraps just above your ankles and pull yourself up by like I did, like my parents did, like the system does for me. I imagine walking into a car dealership knowing a discount is waiting on me because my skin is a living luminescent art gallery modeling color like the moon appropriates the glow of the sun, then renames it moonlight like it's always been mine. Last week, I got pulled over by some armed, itchy, triggered finger keepers of the peace. If only I had an eye-teasing tattoo to laser light on the floor and kitty cat distract them for whatever ticket they plan on writing me. Maybe I'd be more comfortable if I was camouflaged in the color of blank canvas. Maybe if I had the self-esteem that comes with full-color tattoos, I could have the confidence and swagger of a Dylan who can cowboy up a church like it's high noon in Dodge City, ready with rosewood to put on the tombstone of every deadwood nigga I pray on, then get rewarded with a combo meal from Burger Hut. Surely the lack of brilliant body art clarifies my condition. Why I'm more likely to be incarcerated for the same crimes with longer sentences while Barbecue Becky, Corner Store Carla, Dorm Room Donna, and Permit Patty are perpetually using 911 as a weapon to wipe my house and dirtness. Maybe they don't care for the simple carbons that coalesce under colored skin and turn tarnished brass green. They want us in complex colors made of heavy metal like mercury, chromium, cadmium, and cobalt. They want us bathed in blood red tones, a color that pops like a gunshot from a chair in a tattoo shop. Tattoo gun filled with white ink. White ink is made of lead, like bullets in white hand aimed at black body. Black boy like black board waiting on chalk outline. Maybe that's why the word of white skin carries so much weight. All that lead. Man, I wish I was white. Because they have the best tattoos.
Give it up for Mike. Judges, I need you to write your scores down. I need you to put them on your board. Judges, I'm sorry, I'm looking at the new judge.
Oh, sorry.
I'm just trying to make sure everybody's ready. On 3, 2, 1, put them up, put them up, put them up.
I'm looking up. Yeah. Thank you so much.
All right, we're gonna start with a low score of a 9. Then we have a 9.8, a 9.8, a 10, and a 10. Michael Hatcher, I need you to be on deck, but right now, give it up for Fro, the poet. Y'all can do better than that. Give it up for Fro, the poet.
When I was 10, I started to wonder what black is. Because this white man seen something bad and he said, that's some black shit. He said, don't worry about back then, it's in the past tense. I was 10, so I was like, back when? I didn't understand that they hated black men, and I never understood the term black bitch because I see queens in my skin and kings in my skin. They done told me it's dope fiends in my skin. Ain't no police in my skin. And then I wonder why people want so bad for to be in my skin. If we the drug dealers, rapists, and if we the drug dealers, killers, and rapists with no patience, then how did my music end up on your playlist? Can somebody make this make sense? If my music promotes violence and you promote my music, then don't you promote violence and provoke those who use it? And your defense, I shouldn't be doing what I'm doing, but I'm just doing what I'm doing to fight a generational influence you use to make me feel useless. And this was some white folks look clueless and say the worst shit that they could ever say. Your life is what you make it. No, life is what you make it for yourself and me, because if my life is taken in exchange for the bacon you bringing home to your racist babies, then what could I possibly be? If the answer ain't obvious, it's a convict. See, the system hate a nigga, so they take a nigga, break a nigga, give him a record, send him to cheap labor, and enslave a nigga. And they wonder why we take shit. It's because we always had to take shit and phase shit, dealing with hatred. How you gonna call me a monkey and get mad when I go ape shit? Black folks is tired. We tired of tiptoeing on thin ice, knowing it's gonna break eventually. I'm 28, but I fear for my kids' life. I'm so scared of a repeat of history. But I'm good in the hood, because most of my niggas stood in the hood. 10 toes down till it was 10 John Does found, 10 does down, 10 hoes apiece from extendo rounds. And a young nigga did it. A young nigga killed him. A young nigga with nobody, no family, no patience, no attention. He killed 10 niggas, but I think he the victim. So yeah, they associate black with bad shit. The fact is, it's been a while since we had shit. Not knowing what black is got us acting ratchet and spazzing while they laughing, having the time of their white lives, telling us white lies about the importance of black lives, saying that they matter, showing us they don't, just to make us matter attention. What they after, they send us to church to talk to a pastor who tell us to be passive because the checks they cut fatter. And if you ignore all that chatter, then you get labeled as a savage. All because you want to live lavish and avoid a life so tragic. You wait on your 40 acres and a mule? Me too. They ain't gonna let you have it. You play it cool and hope it ain't true. But shit, that's what black is.
Christopher Michael scored the 29.6. Give it up for Fro the poet. Judges, I'm gonna need your scores. In 3, 2, 1. Put them up, put them up, put them up.
Oh.
All right. We're gonna drop the low score of a 9.5. Then we have a 9.8, a 9.9, a 10, and another 10. Danny Strack, I need you to be on deck, but right now you're already clapping. You're already clapping. But you're already clapping for Michael Hatcher. The Lost Book of Lil Wayne. And God said to them, bling, bling. And everyone was happy. And everyone ran out and bought a Bible. And the Southerners knew that they were God's chosen children. Finally, we could see him in our image. A block chip from the vastness of space on mahogany. Adonis stood tall at 5'5". He was big, like, not big in the sense of weight, not like gaining weight, big like colossal, like we were looking for you, like Jacita Carter gave her only begotten son, like 3 wise men followed the North Star bearing gifts of good kush and record contracts. They say every animal in Louisiana was silent that day. They say the angels sang in unison, go DJ, because that's my DJ. Yes, and we were watching. We were listening as he stretched scripture from New Orleans to Bethlehem, and God said to the people, more fire. So we put lighters down our mouths and torches to our eyes because we was trying to be like God. So holy men doused themselves in kerosene and became firemen, and God said more fire, and God said I'm the best rapper alive. And from then on, everything he wrote was in red, and we had a whole New Testament to bear witness to, the New Testament. While we waited for the prophets to decode the Carter 3 in the midst of the hiatus, he melted the mountains and turned the oceans purple. And God said to the people, I am everywhere. I am eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I'm in your neighborhood, your area, your city thing, your tape deck, your iPod, your girlfriend. And she say it's cash money over everything. So First Communion Sundays were filled with red bandanas and tattoos, the hottest nigga under the sun. God told us his level was so soft, and we believed him on faith. We watched him kiss his father in front of the Holy Ghost. Now that's bearing witness. That's a Hajj to Holly Grove. That's a trip to Rikers to wake the dead. I was born in 1982. So I didn't miss a miracle. My cup running over. My cup went from water to promethazine. My cup went from cup to Holy Grail. We came to God as children. But some of us got old enough to see that he was flawed. Some of us got old enough to see the cracks in the people we painted gold because we didn't know any better. Because money and fame have a way of turning trauma into religion. They say God used to run through the streets of New Orleans like water. And every now and then he comes home to claim his own reflection. I say that's not too different from you and me. All of us trying to crack the spine in this great book and add our own chapter. That's what it means to be human. I know this because I watched it play out on 1,000 different TV sets. Bling, bling. Give it up for Michael Hatcher.
Bitch with long hair and coconut derriere.
All right, so the poet got a 29.7. Give it up for him. Judges, I need you to put up the scores in 3, 2, 1. Put them up, put them up, put them up. All right, we have a low score of 8.7. I'll take it down now, the Lil Rain fan. Then we have a 9.4, a 9.5, a 9.8, and a 9.9. And I need you to go on. You're already clapping. You're already clapping. But Danny, stop.
The best way to make people believe anything is to repeat it over and over again. Now, you might not believe me when I tell you that the best way to make people believe anything is to repeat it, but I know I can convince you because the best way to make people believe anything is to repeat it. And you might say to yourself, hang on a second. I think that the best way to make people listen to me is by using strong arguments and evidence that I'm right. And you might be a Democrat, still convinced that science is real and things are more complicated than they seem, when I know in my gut that the best way to make people believe anything is to repeat it. So I can get away with saying that the best way to make people believe anything is to repeat it, and you're going to have a hell of a time proving me wrong. You're going to go around saying, this dude at the Poetry Slam, Danny Strack, he was standing out on the patio screaming, the best thing to make people believe anything is to repeat it, which is obvious bullshit. And most members of your audience might agree with you. But some of them might perk up their ears and say to themselves, maybe this Danny Strack guy is onto something. Maybe the best way to make people believe anything is to repeat it. I didn't come on this news program to have a real conversation. I came here
to say at you that the best way to make people believe anything is to repeat it. You might have asked me about healthcare or the war in Ukraine, but all I'll say to that is that the best way to make people believe anything is to repeat it. You might have asked me about propaganda or hypnosis, and all I'll say to that is that if you repeat anything enough times with enough authority, if enough people are standing next to you saying the same thing, the people will start to doubt everything.
Come on,
The best way to make people believe anything is to repeat it. Do you even know the difference between propaganda and hypnosis?
Come on.
Do you even know that the best way to make people believe anything is to repeat it? Do you even know the difference between propaganda and being lulled into a false sense of insecurity? Do you even know the difference between hypnosis and being lulled to sleep?
Come on.
Wow.
Woo!
That was
Give it up for Danny Strike. Michael Hatcher received a 28.7. Judges, I need your scores for Danny Stratton in 3, 2, 1. Put them up, put them up, put them up. All right. All right, we're going to start with a low score of an 8.2. Do we have an 8.5? Do we have an 8.9? Do we have a 9.5? Do we have a 9.9? Katie, I need you to be on deck, but right now you're already clapping. You're already clapping. But Joanna.
I'm crazy. In the best way, though.
In the best way possible.
Check, check.
That's better than me not knowing how to count, so I'll take it.
I mean, better than me.
I've always felt that that poem that I did the first round is incomplete. So this will serve as a poem-length response to myself.
Okay.
So Joanna, you said that boys get to become men from a young age. And this is true. Boys are often considered to have the alleged maturity of men from a young age. They are endowed with the characteristics of steadfastness, of authority, of courageousness, as long as they are white.
Yes.
If they are not,
The caveat.
their boyhood is a much more malleable concept. Often it is erased completely. And they're considered to be stubborn, intimidating, aggressive. They're to be feared by me specifically, even when they are still preteens. At other times, their boyhood can extend well into old age. Whenever a white person wants to make their power blatant, they will summon a grown man of color with a venomous boy until the cop shoots. And that boyhood is forgotten. Doesn't matter. They were playing in the park, practicing for JV basketball, standing in front of a youth shelter. They were a 13-year-old man, said Sean Hannity. And I wonder if Sean Hannity has ever been to a bar mitzvah. Because then he might know that 13-year-olds becoming men are nothing more than children in ill-fitting suits. But wait, of course Sean Hannity has never been to a bar mitzvah, because then he'd think of Jews as humans, not mythical monsters funding fake protesters with their space laser money.
Come on.
Boys of color can only find protection in their age when they're actively infants, when no one can accuse them of trying to evade arrest because they have not yet learned how to crawl. Maybe that's why all those rappers put Lil in their names, so the cops won't shoot them.
Wow.
Maybe it would have gone better if he'd gone by Lil Tamir Rice, Young Adam Toledo, Laquan McDonald the Kid, Extra Small Antonio Archie, Baby Boy, Emmett Till. maybe then they'd have been able to celebrate their 18th birthdays to become men while they were still alive.
Come on.
That part. Damn, that part.
Damn.
That part at the end.
Give it up for Joanna. Danny Strack scored a 26.9. Judges, I need you to transmute your thoughts to scores. In 3, 2, 1, put them up, put them up, put them up. All right, we're going to start with a low score of an 8.6. Did we have an 8.8? Did we have a 9.9? Did we have a 9.9? And we have a 10. Give it up for the poet. Last for the song, we have Katie. You're already clapping all the way to the stage for Katie.
Wait, I didn't get the.
Hi, this is still my first slam. I didn't actually come with the second this is a stream of consciousness in my notes on my iPhone, and I'm sorry in advance, but I don't want to be a chicken, so I'm going to read it anyway.
That's right. You better read that shit.
You're like, no,
I wondered what it was that scared me more, knowing at the end that you were thinking of me or knowing for sure that you were not. I want to wrap my arms around you and pull you into my body. I want the warmth of my chest to warm your spine. I want to cover your body with my body until I can finally feel your heart beat as if it were my own. I have never had your heart fully. My heart beats desperately out of my chest anytime I smell you. I can feel your aura entering the marrow of me as I inhaled you. I beat like I'm running a marathon towards you. The pain of it all wraps around my bones, warm and tight, like a hand swaddling an infant. A third dermal layer holding me together and asphyxiating me until the only relief is the grasp of air that is you. And the relief of it is everything and nothing. It fills me and leaves me with equal velocity. Your heart doesn't reach for me in the same way. You care for me, you're faithful, you love me like you love me. You really love me, but without me, your heart would still be just the same, steady. You love me with the loyalty and monogamy of a father contented yet unfulfilled. You don't know how differently we love. You think it's a kindness you're offering me. You think I don't notice, but I notice.
Oh, damn.
Sorry. Thank you.
Yeah. Woo! The kindness that you're offering. Oh, I'm sorry.
Give it up for Katie. Judges, I need you to write down your scores in 3, 2, 1. Put them up, put them up. And Katie, love, you don't ever have to apologize for your beautiful art.
Come on now.
All right. So got that one.
Tell them about the show. When can you find it?
So, give me 1 second because I'm writing. All right. So, in case you guys didn't know, this is Austin Poetry Slam. We are here every Wednesday at the Alamo Mueller. We are either up here on the balcony or downstairs in Barrel of Fun. Sometimes they are double booked, and by us being the new cats on the block, we have to come to the balcony. But hey, this balcony fly. They don't know what the fuck they missing. A party up here. And plus the people outside get to listen, you know? Get your words out. So I'm gonna go from low to high. We have a 7.8. We have an 8. We have an 8.4. We have a 9. And we have a 9.7. Give it up for the poet. So before we go to the last round, I want to say goodbye to all the poets that touched the stage tonight. We're going to start with Joanna, who scored a 28.6. Katie, Danny Strack, A.E. Hoffmister, Rob, Serena. Thank y'all so much. Oh, and Tim, can't forget Tim. Thank y'all so much for coming out. Please keep on coming back. Keep on coming back. So at this last round, we only have 3 more poems to go before we out of here. We're going to go in the order as follows. First, we're going to have Michael Patcher. Then we're going to have Christopher Michael. Then we're going to have Fro the Poet. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? You're already clapping. You're already clapping for Michael Patcher.
I hate that I missed the last poem. I was buying really cool vintage stuff though.
Alright, sell her out.
Check it out. I got a big purple necklace. The best purple.
How to manifest anything you've been searching for within a year. First, get fully nude. Take your clothes and your skin off. Be honest. Be skeleton. Let the blood flow in the streets. I am not joking.
Yeah.
Let the blood flow in the streets. Okay, fuck that point.
Okay.
Do something else.
We're gonna do something else. All right.
Oh, I'm ready.
Every voice that has ever been recorded is filed in an archive. If you're looking for something specific, listen to the wind. It will tell you our lives are not finite. It will tell you instead we are music. 1,000 years after we leave this planet, people will still feel the vibration from our very short time here. It was the wind that told me there was no reason to worry. There was no reason to worry about the end of a song. Instead, lift your voice. Let your heart beat. Dance without thinking of dancing. That's what it takes to live this life. I am not joking. Tell the funeral home director to paint your casket pink. And then tell your family and friends that you will not be in it. A body is not the only way to leave this planet. Our minds are mansions that people can live in forever. We pay such a heavy price to be here. Such a heavy price, but it's worth it. I promise you it's worth it. Immortality does not compare to a sincere I love you. If you haven't heard it today, I love you. If you've never heard it before, I love you. God gave us a memory so we could do the things that filled our hearts the day before. Let me ask y'all this. Let me ask y'all this. When was the last time you climbed all the way to the top of a hill and then rolled all the way down? You have to turn the volume of life all the way up. Don't miss out on a thing. Find out how many belly laughs you can fit in one afternoon. My record is somewhere around 100,000. There was this one time with my friends and I, we laughed for 10 days straight. We still talk about that 20 years later. I am not joking. The trees outside know exactly what I'm talking about. This planet is an apple spinning on an otherwise empty dinner plate. That means if a worm pops out, tell it thank you and keep it moving. These beating hearts let us know that everything is temporary. There's no need to start over because you already did that. But if you want to, then tomorrow is another chance. Every second is a second opportunity because when the song ends,
come on,
we still have music.
Woo! Woo! I love that poem.
Give it up for Michael Hatcher.
Woo! I love that poem.
All right, judges. I need you to transmute your thoughts to a number. In 3, 2, 1, put them up, put them up, put them up. All right, we're going to start with a low score of a 9.1. I'm sorry.
Oh wait, you're not supposed to. It's the final score.
I'm not supposed to call that out at all?
No.
So none of them?
No.
Well, I have the low score wrong anyways.
Oh.
Okay.
Well, great. Don't do it.
Well, I'm not calling them out.
These
I've been told to not call them out.
Yes.
It's not my choice. All right, I will call out all the numbers. afterwards, so the poets could at least know. All right, you're already clapping. You're already clapping. Give it up for Christopher Michael.
If you had superpowers, what would they be?
Operating except through J.K. Rowling.
Okay. Invisible. If you had superpowers, what would they be? Flight. Okay, what would you got? What you got? Teleportation. All right, so, but every good hero needs an origin story, right?
Yeah.
I once ate a radioactive cherry, so now I can tie anything into a knot with my tongue.
Amen.
Been trying to join the Sexual Avengers for 69 months. They classify me a slow stroker, an explorer, because I can find any GD spot anywhere, money back guaranteed. If I can't find it, I'll get you a new one. On the house, on the beach, on the ropes, tongue boxing that cum button into submission. I'll have you floating like a butterfly and your legs quivering like I'm the greatest of all time. My real name is Christopher Michael Dwayne Bauer. My friends call me Devour because they know once I eat that cat, ain't gonna be nothing left for anybody else. I am Tongue Titan. Because I'm a Titan tongue twister trying to tickle and tantalize that top hole, those thighs. This thing ain't tame, no train to tangle, traverse through tasty terrain till a throbbing threatens the threshold. You try to tap out to stop the time, but I'm not gonna stop till his tongue makes you speak in tongues now. Yes. Testify. I prepared a seat for you. I haven't had anything to drink all day in preparation of swallowing your soul. I mean, swallowing you whole. Perrier, Fuji, and Aquafina might as well be from the taps of Flint when compared to the purities of the waters for this moment of this baptism. Now prepare for your second coming. I'm not going to stop till I taste that cervix. I'm all about that selfless service. The image you in that puddle is all I need to stimulate this self-service. But first, let me get to this meal. See, a good meal has 4 courses. Foreplay ain't before play, but 4 different ways I'm gonna play now. Let me tell you how this is gonna play out. First, the tease, the squeeze, the please, and the please. I'm a tease so you realize a thigh squeeze ain't what you need to be pleased. So you'll plead from what you need. For me, the tease will be the squeeze of those nipples. You'll be pleased, but the pounding of your heart will plead for more. Let's call my lips, tongue, and teeth the boys. Now, let's see what's under that hood. No drive-bys and a Ford Explorer. You can't afford this Explorer by the 4th orgasm. You'll try to run, but you can't dodge this ram. I'm going to tongue tease the boatman with a finger squeezer, a lip squeeze, a gentle but noticeable teeth squeeze. Orgasm 5 and 6 will be the evidence that you're pleased. 8 through 10 will make you plead for me to stop. I look up over your horizon, beard dripping with joy.
Amen. Ooh.
Are you ready for the main course?
Hallelujah.
Do you need another appetizer? Or how about a tossed salads?
Hey.
Give it up for that poet. Give it up for Christopher Michael. Judges, I need you to transmute your thoughts to those scores in 3, 2, 1. Put them up, put them up, put them up. Make sure, okay. I have it. You guys can put it down.
Okay. You got my score?
I have your score. I will have comments on what I think of your scores later. But right now, you're already clapping. You're already clapping. Give it up for Fro, the poet.
I was gonna do something new, but my phone on 1%. Nobody had a charger. Nobody had a charger.
I have a charger?
Too late now. It's too late.
Okay. So I got excited.
Love one. You are the sunshine on my horizon, the shooting stars in my night sky. Y'all know what this is. These are the right words from the wrong guy. The right time, but the wrong life. Maybe in the past, one or the next, but maybe I'm just stuck on my ex and I ended up in a wreck. All due respect to you and what you believe in, but who's to say that just because it's in the past, you can't go back and retrieve it? It being a feeling or an expression of emotion, an emotion that'll leave you floating on cloud 9. It's a true high. It's better than heroin, sex, and X pills. You feeding for it, so you know how that feels is love. And I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but this shit feels so good, but it also comes with a bad mood. It's a noose around your neck that's feeling a tad loose. You feeling like you can't escape if you just kick that stool. It's the leap of faith you willing to take when everything is at stake for the sake of love, or it's the last move you make when you exchange hate for what you had mistaken for love. And don't forget, it's a drug, so ain't nobody waiting for love. They just taking what they can get, and then it's on to the next high, you know, on to the next girl, or on to the next guy. And don't forget, you can overdose to the point of comatose instead of letting go or wanting more. Niggas is holding on to their heart is broke. You see how shit can change in a flash of lightning? If you kick the stool and the noose tightens, it'll have you defying science, still trying, lying, saying shit like, you are the sunshine on my horizon, the shooting stars in my night sky. These the right words from the right guy. I need you right now. I love you. Wait, that's a white lie. How you don't love yourself but love someone else and still think you're in the right mind? It's a drug. It's addictive. It'll have you itching for a feeling. If I just get one more hit, I swear to God, I'll do it different. We'll chase a dragon until that dragon turn around and kill us. It's an appealing feeling that doesn't take pity on its victims. It's hard to get out your system. Relentless, leave you defenseless. Off you without a witness. Come back, get the job finished. Deceive you before revealing its intentions. Intentions of broken commitment. I get it. It being a feeling or an expression of emotion to which people feel devoted and lose track of what's important. They either force it, divorce it, or call for reinforcements. It's the key to the worst torture. It'll burn you. It'll scorch you. It's love.
Give it up for the poet. Give it up for the poet. Judges, I need you to transmute your thoughts to a number. Put them on the board. And 3, 2, 1, put them up, put them up, put them up. All right, I'm gonna bring Tova Charles up so she can make a few announcements while I tabulate the scores.
What am I? Okay.
What up, Boston Poetry Slam? How y'all doing tonight? Okay, so like Akeem said before, we are here every Wednesday. At the doors open at 7. Show starts at 7:30. Please check out Austin Poetry for all of our events. June is going to be crazy. I have an open mic, but next week is our 5th Wednesday. So hold on.
My ADHD is like, girl, dance,
but I don't have time. So next Wednesday is really special. It's our 5th Wednesday. So normally Austin Poetry Slam does not have a show. However, we would not leave you without. So our sister slam, 310 Brown Street, is going to have a poetry slam. It will be in the Barrel of Fun as I know it right now. And it is going to be hosted by none other than, I can say it, than Christopher Michael himself. The Owls will be in attendance. So 5th Wednesday, we are always, is always 310 Brown Street. First and last slam of the month. And then in the middle, we have open mics. So if you came tonight, you're like, man, that slam is crazy, but I just want to do my poem and go to fuck home. Hey, we got y'all on the 2nd and 3rd Wednesday, but thank you so much for coming and supporting us. You have packed out the balcony once again for one more night. This will be our first official month here at Barrel of Fun, aka Mueller. So thank you so much. Please invite your friends out. And I think I've said all the things. Please check out Austin Poetry for any more information. And then please go inside and sell out April. She is coming all the way here from Waco. So we would love to bring her home with money and things that fold, not that shake. Okay, thank you. That's all I got.
Since I did not get a chance to announce the scores, I should do so now. So Michael Hatcher had an 8.5, a 9.1, a 9.2, a 9.5, and a 9.7 for a total of a 27.8. Come on, Michael. Top 3, Mike. Y'all could come up. Come on. We ain't got that much time. We got to get off the balcony. Y'all get in position. I know, but I thought it was understood. Coming in second place tonight with an 8.8, a 9.5, a 9.7, a 9.9, and a 10 for a 29.2. We have Fro the Poet. And your champion tonight with the nastiest of the judges. I saw them all right in their tens before he got finished. With a straight 10 tonight, give it up for Christopher Michael.
Hey, come back next Wednesday. I'm hosting. We'll be downstairs in Barrel of Fun. It's gonna be dope. I make up shit as I go along, but if you want to be down and slam, now that I have some money for the prizes, you should come check it out. You can the tickets. You can hit the link for the tickets through Austin Poetry Slams, all the websites and Facebooks and all of that stuff, or go to 310 Brown Street, or to go to Mr. Michael 310. I got books for sale. I'll have them next week, or you can get them advanced at 310brownstreet.com. Hooty hoo! Thank you, judges. Come and see me in the lobby. I'll give you a cut.
Thank you all so much. Have a good night.
Thank you all. Please get home safe. Remember to get your parking validated. If you parked in the parking garage, your parking is validated, which means you park for free. If you had your ticket, make sure you let them validate it downstairs. Thank you so much.
Oh no, it went off.
What's the last cookie? I don't ask if you wanted the cookie.
Oh, I'm good. Okay. Thank you so much, my love. You have a good last day of school. Shoot. What school are you teaching?
Del Valley High School.
At Del Valley.
Yeah, counselor.
My sister.
I'm a 10th grade counselor.
My stepdaughter goes there. JL. Are you hungry?
What grade is she in?
Freshman.
Freshman? Okay, I don't know her, but yay!
Yeah.
So I do 10th grade, but still, that's awesome.
She'll be there next year. You'll probably see her.
Yeah, well, no, then I'm going to be in 11th grade. I'm calling the kids.
Oh, you call the kids.
Because you know them.
Right. That makes sense.
Yeah. But yeah.
JL, she's a dancer. She's a dance, so.
How fun! Miss Gonzalez, Miss Gonzalez, right? Or no, Miss Gates? No, Gonzalez, she's awesome. The dance teacher.
Yeah. I was like,
yeah, it's okay. Yeah,
she's better than me. Oh, it was
only
great.
I see them all the time and I make schedules.
Yeah.
It's only because I make
Getting better and better.
Oh, that's great. Oh, it's only because I make their schedules for the teachers. So like, I'll be like, I know that teacher. I don't know their face, but I know their name on Skyward.
Oh, Skyward. We use Skyward too. That must.
We use like the, and it's terrible. But like, I mean, if they had at least use the like nicer version, that'd be great. But like, whatever. I mean, there's. I love
That's no bueno.